If you ever need to make quick edits for photos for your marketing or YouTube channel, and photo editing isn't your day job, this is for you. Photoshop now works directly inside ChatGPT. And before you go, I don't use Photoshop, here's what it actually means. Photoshop is Adobe's professional photo editing software. It's powerful, but most people don't want to learn it because it has this huge learning curve. And the monthly cost to use it is pretty high, especially compared to other software platforms. However, this integration lets you use that power by describing what you want in plain language without learning the tool. So in this video, I'll show you what that looks like, what it can and can't do, so you could decide whether it's going to be useful for the content you create. And who am I? My name is Tracy, and I'm trying to help you make the most out of your time online. You have two ways to work here. You can either create an image directly into ChatGPT, or you can upload an image, one of your own. If you generate an image in ChatGPT, you can just pass it straight into Photoshop and start editing it. If you already have photos for your business or YouTube channel, you can bring those instead. You're not locked into one way of working with this. You choose what makes sense for you for what you're creating. So what you can do is upload an image, describe edits using just your voice, natural language, the way you speak, and then Photoshop will apply adjustments and effects to that image. Those edits then stack, they stay adjustable, and when you're done, you can download it, or you can actually open the file in Photoshop in a browser and keep working on it with layers and masks. What you can't do in this version of Photoshop inside ChatGPT is use generative fill or subject replacement. You're not swapping objects or inventing new parts of your image. Okay, so let's get started. To use this, first you need to connect Photoshop inside ChatGPT. From ChatGPT, click your profile name in the bottom left, go to Settings, then Open Apps and Connectors. You'll see Adobe apps listed there, including Photoshop. Click Photoshop, connect it, accept the terms, and once that's done, Photoshop is now available inside ChatGPT. You can close the settings and come back to the main window. Now when you click on the plus icon near the prompt box, you'll see the Photoshop as an option. We're going to add a photo. We're just going to add a photo like you normally would. We're going to upload it from your computer, and that image becomes your reference image inside ChatGPT. And as you can see, it will give you instructions on actually how to do things, so you don't have to really worry about how do I do this. And from here we can start editing. We can start with like a simple example. Let's just make some adjustments. So I can type, make the background black and white, and ChatGPT applies the edits. And after a moment, you'll see the updated image. Now notice the properties panel icon where you can open it. You can adjust the intensity of the black and white effect using a slider. So now we have one adjustment. We can stack another adjustment. We could make the basket green, and what it does is it makes a shape of it and it cuts out that shape so that I can adjust just that area. ChatGPT won't recolor the entire image. Instead, it just creates a targeted hue and saturation adjustment focused only on that specific part. And then from the properties panels, I can adjust the hue, the saturation, and lightness to create the green effect. So each new edit builds on the previous one, just like layers in Photoshop. It builds upon each other and they're isolated. Now we can add an effect, and I'll just type add creative effect. ChatGPT chooses effect and then applies it. From the properties panels, I can adjust the strength of it, increasing or decreasing the glow in brighter areas of the image. And you can also tell ChatGPT exactly which effect you want, like grain, bokeh, halftone, or duotone. And by the way, if you're finding this video helpful, I would appreciate a thumbs up. I'd love you to save it or share it and subscribe, because that all helps the YouTube algorithm grow my channel. Now, if the effect doesn't work, and some of them won't, you can just say remove that particular effect. Now, what I'm going to show you is what it doesn't do. If I ask ChatGPT to add or replace an object, it just won't do it. This version of Photoshop does not perform generative fill. Again, it's just about adjustments and effect, not reconstruction. So at any point, you can click open in Photoshop and ChatGPT will generate a link. And when you open that link, that image loads in Photoshop on the web. Now you'll need to sign up or sign in, depending if you have an account. And then in the layers panel, you'll see the adjustments as its own layer. Even without a paid Creative Cloud account, which is Adobe's way of managing their apps, you can continue editing with standard tools. You just won't have access to premium features. Before I wrap this up, I do want to show you 2 more tools Adobe has decided to offer in ChatGPT, and you connect them exactly the same way. One is Adobe Express, and that's for quick social media graphics. The other is Adobe Acrobat for things like merging and working with PDFs. Again, these are not full desktop versions. They're lighter versions, and that's intentional. Adobe's not just going to give it all away. This is Adobe's way of letting you use their tools in a simpler way without asking you to learn everything or pay for the full suite up front. And you know, they're getting exposure to all of us ChatGPT users, and I'm guessing that they hope that a certain percentage will sign up for the full feature products. Now, let me quickly show you Adobe Express, because this can be very useful. Like I said, it's designed for graphics, things like social media posts, thumbnails, and marketing visuals. Kind of think like Canva, where you have access to templates, and from inside ChatGPT, you can open up Express and create something without starting from scratch. Now I'm going to ask for a flyer, and as you can see, again, with Adobe Express, I'm picking out templates. Now I just need to give ChatGPT the information and it will do the rest. And then the third tool is Adobe Acrobat. If you ever need to merge PDFs, combine documents, you can do that directly here. Back to Photoshop. This probably isn't aimed at professional designers who already live inside of Photoshop. This is for people who only need some image edits, creators, marketers, business owners, that this removes the friction. Right now, this is limited to adjustments and effects, but even in this early form, it shows where things are going. Like, come back in 6 months and see what we have. And if you want a full list of the adjustments and effects currently available, just ask ChatGPT directly and it will list them out. So I'm really curious what you think. Is this useful? Is it unnecessary? Will you use it? Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.